Hello and welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, I'm Amanda from Amanda's Abundant Blessings, and I am the mom to 5 kids, and I take you on a ride of what we eat, what we do, and all the messes along the way. Recently, we redid our living room. We have needed to replace the carpet in there for a few years, and it's just been one of those things where we were dragging our feet, but it was finally time. And so we did it kind of as a family. Obviously, my husband did most of the work, but we did what we could, pulled out staples and things like that. And I documented all of it because it was fun. I don't want to do another one anytime soon, and neither does my husband, but it was great, and we are extremely happy with the process.
Can I help me?
Yep. These are a couple pictures of what our living room looked like before when we first started our project. It looked huge once we got all the toys out of the living room. This is my husband regretting the decision to start this project. The kids really enjoyed helping. Chris loved helping. Of course, I think more than anyone did. He is always down to help my husband with any project that he physically can help with. It is the cutest thing ever. He loved it. He probably pulled out more staples than even my husband did. Chris worked really hard for this project. He really thought it was cool seeing all the different layers under the carpet and rolling it all up, and he was stunned, as was I. I didn't realize that there were so many staples underneath of carpet, so it was really neat. And it was neat that he was able to help with a lot of things. Ashley and Allie helped with a lot of things too. Mostly the sweeping. I think that was Ashley's favorite part. But we just kind of hung out in the living room piece by piece. Then they painted it gray. Gray is my favorite color. Allie even got to help with the painting. He's being a little dramatic here, but painting is definitely not his favorite. This is just kind of a little tour of the paint. Obviously, we still had the floor and stuff to go, but this was after it was finished painting. I didn't expect to like it as much as I actually do. I was kind of worried that it would be a little bit too dark, but I really loved it. And this is the sanding, the first attempt of sanding. They used hand sanders because it's really not that big of a room. And my oldest son was able to help. My husband has 2 of them, so they were able to help, but this was not something that we anticipated doing, so they just had to kind of tie rags to their heads because we didn't have any masks or anything. We did have all the windows open in the house, and we had fans going and things like that, but that was such a messy process. Even after they sanded the floor, there was like this weird spot in the middle of the floor that we couldn't quite figure out. Here's a quick living room floor update for you. The staining did not quite go as planned, so we are kind of just letting it dry, and my husband is probably going to have to re-sand the darker part. We're thinking that the people who lived here before had a large rug maybe glued to the floor right there or something, because it's not finished. It didn't have like the clear sealer on it that the rest of the wood does. So that has been a little hiccup for my husband, and it's been quite frustrating. But we really do, I'm loving the way that it looks. So he ran out of stain yesterday. He had the day off for some holiday, I don't know. And so he didn't quite get finished, but I'll show you where he ran out. So it has been tracked around a little bit. We're just back to wearing shoes, but it is a work in progress. We're just figuring out that is kind of how home renovations are when, you have a job and a family. And so our house is just upside down for right now. My bedroom looks like a hoarder situation because we just did, my husband just redid the floor in our breezeway where I store like my grains and things like that. Well, before I got all that stuff put out there, we started on this project, and that's where all the toys are that were in my living room, and like my entertainment center and all that stuff is out in my breezeway. So my bedroom still has my buckets of grain in it and all the laundry that is usually piled up on the couch. And since we spent the weekend doing the floor and everything being dusty, I just had my bedroom door shut, so I didn't have to rewash all that stuff because it is so dusty. They had to sand the floor down and it was a lot. So today, Ashley and I are going to attempt to mop the walls down, but we've been eating out of the air fryer all weekend, so we are all really ready for some real food. So I'm going to cook some real food today, and if I don't get the walls wiped down for a couple days, that's what it is. After trying a few different things, my husband just decided to rent a sander and start over and go with a different color. Even after sanding it the second time he rented a sander, the middle part of the floor was still very strange. So it looked like that for a few days, and then my husband tried another stain. We didn't love it at first, but then after it dried, we loved it. And so here is David and Chris putting on the clear coat. I love that he just lets Chris help him with all the things. Chris would help him do anything, and he thinks that's really cool. I'm sure it was really frustrating. He was in a hurry when he did this. I can't remember where he had to go, but he had something to do. And he was trying really hard not to run out. So here's the girls after it was finally dry. And my rug I got from Kohl's, and it's so soft, and they were so happy to just be able to run back in here. And here they are with our couch. That was a surprise purchase that we didn't expect to decide to need. And I'll have to tell you about our couch. Our couch came from Temu. I was so worried that it was going to be atrocious, because it's like a fourth of the price of a regular sectional that we were looking at. So I was like, ugh. It comes in a box, it's rolled up, it comes in 2 shipments. That was the only downside to it, was that it did come in 2 shipments. So we got one half, and then a few days later we got the other half. But we hadn't had a couch in there for a hot minute, so we were just happy to have a couch back in there. We had been sitting in a chair or beanbag chairs, lawn chairs in there. So, I'll show you. Okay, like I said, obviously the kids live here too. And so this is the floor. This is the color that we ended up going with. Way better than the carpet. I got this rug from Kohl's on clearance, and this is our couch. We have changed it a few ways. This is how I prefer it for sitting. But we've had it other ways for like movie nights. It's very light, very easy to move. We moved the Barbie house back here. I can't even remember what all's back here. But, you know, life with a million kids. It's just messy. So we got this awesome chair from my aunt. She had gotten a new one, and she was getting rid of that one, so she gave us that one. Barbies. So, yeah, this is the floor. Way better than the carpet. This couch is super, super soft. So we are loving it. We really love the new couch. It's very, very soft. It is extremely kid and pet friendly. It does sit very low to the ground. So if you have trouble getting up, this would definitely not be the couch for you. Primarily, the kids and the dogs are the ones who use the couch. I hardly ever sit down. And if my husband is in here, like if we do a movie night, we can push the couches a different way. My husband always goes for the chair. And then the kids pile on top of me if we do happen to sit down. On a normal day, though, I don't even bother sitting down. And my husband doesn't sit down either. We're just up and doing things. So primarily the kids are the ones using the couch, and then the dogs lay on it too. So this is perfect. We do have a, especially for winter, I don't care if my kids jump on my couch. Especially in the winter, there's not much they can do. That doesn't bother me. So this is perfect for them because they can jump on it. There's no hard pieces that they're going to get hurt on. They're going to get hurt if they fall off of it, obviously, but it is really low to the ground. My husband and I are not very tall. The tallest people in my house are my oldest 2 children. And they're never in the living room anyways. So I highly, highly recommend this couch. I will link it below. I got it from Temu. I was pleasantly surprised. The covers do come off. I haven't tried that yet. I've thought about taking the covers off because it's just memory foam inside. So I've thought about taking the covers up and putting like a puppy pad or something waterproof under it, because we have had a leak on it already. And so, it's not, I don't know how different that is than, it's dried now, but I don't want it to get stinky. Anyways, it's extremely soft. This is like the softest it's like a soft, cozy blanket, and it comes with pillows. And I'm super happy with it. This was a lot of work, mostly for my husband. We all did pull out staples, and Chris was really helpful. He really liked it. He pulled out probably the most staples out of all of us. He thought this was the best project ever. And we went, it took a few weeks, and then after it was done, the kids got sick. We started basketball. So it has been a few weeks since it's been finished. So we are super happy with it. We are gonna paint the door in the spring. I don't know, leave me in the comments below what color you think we should paint the door. Everything else is kind of a gray. And I didn't know if I would like how the, kind of coral curtains would look with the gray, but I actually really like it. I thought I might need to find some different curtains, but I really like it with that. And then there is coral in the rug. So it kind of matches, Pretty cool. So that's going to be it for today's video. I really appreciate you watching. As always, please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.